Jasper County's birth rate is beating out both state and national averages. I'm Samantha Walker, and coming up, we'll take a look at why that may be the case.
Plus, Oklahoma's top educator plans to step down after 3 years, leaving a controversial legacy. And visitors to Grove get a trip back in time through the annual Pioneer Days celebration.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Is it baby fever? This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. Jasper County's birth rate, the number of live births per 1,000 people, is the highest in the state of Missouri, according to CDC data. KOAM Samantha Walker has details on what could be some of the reasons.
12.58. That's what the CDC puts Jasper County's birth rate at. The number beats out both state and national averages. The only 2 states that beat out the county's birth rate are Texas and Utah.
For metropolitan areas like Jackson County or St. Louis County, that we stack a little bit higher than those counties, but our average age is also lower than those counties.
Lori Worthington with the Joplin Regional Alliance for Healthcare says one key reason for a higher birth rate is the average age of mothers. The county's overall population is younger, with the average age of mothers nearly 2.5 years less than the national average. She says age impacts fertility rates.
As we age, our fertility drops a little bit. So all of those factors combined make us a likely candidate to maybe have a slightly higher birth rate.
While Jasper County's birth rate is high, nationwide these numbers have dropped 10 to 15% in the past decade.
It's people working, it's people waiting later in life to have children. The list could go on and on about things it could be from.
That list also includes resources.
When they feel like they have the resources they need, that they can find affordable ways to live, and that they're able to feel like they're going to have a supportive solution and system for their kids and their family.
She says Jasper County and the Joplin area have so many great resources for new and expecting families, from community Facebook groups to Head Start programs, nonprofits like One Joplin, and even health department programs. This includes the WIC program, an income-based nutrition program operating in the county since 1975.
You start off with a healthy, nutritious food. It just gets the child set up from the start to succeed later in life.
He encourages anyone with eligibility questions to reach out. Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, next week, we're going to have more on how those birth rates can impact the workforce and why Jasper County's above average rate is sparking some optimism about the community's future. Nice weather out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it actually turned out to be a great day for us today. A chance to dry out across the region. Now, the fog was super thick during the morning hours, and we're going to get patchy, dense fog once again tonight and then into the morning hours. Maybe not quite as widespread as what we had this morning, but yeah, it's going to be out there. 50s to start. Kind of chilly. You can open up the windows, and then we go near 80 tomorrow, mid 80s. As we head into the weekend. So slow warming trend. Not a whole bunch going on, just a few little cumulus clouds kind of drifting through. Pretty quiet tonight, minus the fog. We drop back 55, 56, maybe 57 degrees. As we go into Friday afternoon, great early fall day, high temperatures right around 80 degrees. If you're going to be out this evening, also looks good, 70s, 60s, 50s. We'll look at that weekend forecast for you here in just a bit.
Catch you in a few. Oklahoma's controversial top school official says he plans to resign from his state position. Oklahoma State Superintendent of Public Instruction Ryan Walters says he's now going to lead a conservative educators group. Walters says the nonprofit Teacher Freedom Alliance will be focused on assisting educators, quote, in their mission to develop free, moral, and upright American citizens. During an interview last night on Fox News, Walters also said, quote, we're going to destroy the teachers' unions. During his time in office, Walters mandated public school teachers incorporate the Bible into lesson plans, suggested potential teachers take a woke test, and has pushed for all Oklahoma high schools to have Turning Point USA chapters. Oklahoma's Attorney General Genter Drummond, a fellow Republican, weighed in on Walters' departure by saying, quote, we have witnessed a stream of never-ending scandal and political drama. It's time for a state superintendent of public instruction who will actually focus on quality instruction in our public schools. The Kansas Air Tour made its first stop in Parsons this week, bringing planes, pilots, and STEM education to local students. The tour dates back to 1928, but after an 80-year hiatus, it was relaunched in 2008. Since then, volunteer pilots have traveled across the state, introducing kids to aviation through hands-on activities and presentations. This year, more than 1,000 students have already taken part, including about 80 in Parsons. Organizers say the goal is to spark curiosity about aviation, a $20 billion industry in Kansas.
One of the STEM toys that we did is called a Whirly Bird. It was the first toy the Wright brothers played with when they first became interested in aviation. I have no idea what these kids are going to do, but we invented the GPS in Kansas. A Clyde Cessna took off and landed 13 times before he actually figured out how to make an airplane. Kansas is a place where aviation innovation occurs. One of these kids is going to be the next Amelia Earhart, the next Lloyd Stearman, the next Walter Beach, the next Clyde Cessna.
Organizers say events like this can inspire the next generation of aviators. Harbor Village is turning back the clock this weekend with its annual Pioneer Day celebration. Visitors can watch blacksmiths at work, see butter churned by hand, and even try their own skills at rope making and corn grinding. Along with that hands-on fun, the event also highlights the people and cultures who shaped the four states, from frontiersmen to indigenous communities.
Our hope as an organization that they can take home some useful skills that they've learned, something to reflect on, to say, that's what my ancestors did, and wow, how did we get from grinding on a stone grind to an actual mill? Just different daily living skills that forced us into the industrial age.
From live reenactments to hands-on crafts, Pioneer Days offers activities for all ages. The event runs through Saturday at Harbor Village. For times and ticket details, just visit our website. Culinary students at McDonald County High School dip into a savory lesson today. Coming up, we're going to find out how they took their skills to the community. But up first, foster family advocates in Joplin celebrate a quarter-century of service with a ribbon cutting and open house. Longtime foster care advocates celebrate a milestone in the four-state area. Foster Adopt Connect, that serves both Kansas and Missouri, cut a ribbon and opened their doors to the community in recognition of 25 years of service. KOAM's Kenny Foreman was on hand for the festivities at the Joplin branch.
The Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon cutting at the Joplin branch of Foster Adopt Connect, which is celebrating a quarter-century of service. The organization strives to keep families together and prevent children from being taken in foster or adoptive care.
If we can help avoid a child being taken out of their home, away from either their biological parents or their biological families, grandparents or whomever, we want to do that because we believe the best place for a kiddo, no matter the trauma they've experienced or are experiencing, is with the biological family.
Many of the organization's specialists have been in foster care themselves.
To be the branch director here at Foster Adopt Connect is to support and enable the specialists that are here, that are in the trenches, the boots on the ground, servicing our kiddos and our parents to help them provide safe and secure environments to the kiddos and keep their family units together as a whole.
Foster Adopt Connect also operates Sammy's Window, a clothing and food pantry accessible to children in foster and adoptive care.
This is a boutique that's available to anyone who's ever been in foster care, even if it was just for a week and they're now 25 years old, or they're currently in foster care, children, foster parents. They don't even have to be clients of ours.
Seiden Stricker hopes he can inspire others to continue to fight for better lives at home.
I challenge anyone to argue with me that our society is not broken, and it starts at home. And if we can make our parents better and help our children not just survive the traumas they've experienced, but thrive beyond those, then hopefully our cities, states, and nation will get healthier.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Anyone in need of help can make a referral at fosteradopt.org. A little bit later, MSSU looks to bounce back after a loss over the weekend. Ryan has the latest from the Lions as they prepare for their next matchup.
And another foggy night for us tonight, and also a warm-up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a pretty good Thursday for us today. Upper 70s to right around 80 degrees, right about where we should be for this time of the year, maybe a notch or two above. Also a dry day after we've had bands of showers and thunderstorms scattered really over the past 4 or 5 days. So here's an update, about 3 inches for the month, for the year, 33.5. We're still about 1.5 inches, 2 inches behind. And we are going to be drying out at least over the next 7 days. Also, it's Thursday. What happens on Thursday? This guy updates. So Kansas, Oklahoma looking pretty good. It gets much drier once you get into Missouri. We have a moderate drought, Pittsburgh, Joplin, Monette, and then a severe drought once you get over towards Springfield and also Branson. And again, we're going to be dry as we go through the next week. We got some cumulus clouds kind of drifting through, but a beautiful fall afternoon and evening, early fall afternoon and evening. Look at these temps tonight. We drop back 55, 6, 7 degrees. You can open up the windows. Now, we are going to have that patchy, dense fog. I don't think it's going to be as widespread as what we had during the morning hours, but yeah, it's going to be out there as we go into Friday morning. Let me take you through the morning hours. We're going to stop this right about noon on your Friday, getting ready to kick off the weekend, mid to upper 70s. Then we bump up to about 81-ish on Friday afternoon. Mostly sunny skies. Let's go through Friday night and then kicking off the weekend, 6 a.m., mid-50s again on Saturday. Once we get into the afternoon, we warm up a little bit warmer, 83, 84, 85 degrees by Saturday afternoon. All right, on your Friday, 57 to start, 77 by noon, high temp 81. What about for State Friday night high school football? Can't remember what week it is, maybe week 5-ish. 73 at kickoff, 66 once we get into the fourth quarter. So just beautiful high school football weather for us on Friday evening. 83 Saturday, let's go 85 on Sunday. Kind of chilly starts, but overall looking pretty good. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We are looking downtown Joplin, crystal clear blue skies, upper 70s to near 80 once you get down toward Welch. Also Miami, so looking pretty good. The reason being that we are seeing pretty nice weather, look at this northerly flow out of Canada. Now, as this wave pushes east, we kind of tap into this ridge a little bit, and as we do so, we'll start to warm up just a little bit more. Also, the tropics kind of heating up heading into early next week. This is something rare that we don't see very often. We have 2 tropical systems that are going to be interacting very close to each other out across the Atlantic. So we're going to be watching that as we get into early next week. Back here at home, jet stream strengthening. We're under this ridge most of next week, so it's going to be pretty calm. Not a whole bunch going on through the week. And then eventually late next week, next weekend, our first weekend of October, we start to get a much stronger storm system, which will affect us as we get right around October 5th. All right, 81 tomorrow, 83 Saturday, 85 Sunday. Look at this, we hold low 80s, which is a little warm for this time of the year, but really nice nights, nice afternoons, great weekend coming up, looking good.
First weekend of fall, a lot of us intend to get out there and enjoy it.
There you go.
Doug. Local high school culinary students get a taste of learning out of the classroom. McDonald County High School culinary arts students get a taste of the real world today at Town and Country Supermarket. The students gave out samples of their homemade barbecue sauce while learning about the safe serve practices. It's part of the project-based learning style from their teacher.
For cooking around the age of 6, because I would always cook with my mother, and I've always watched like cooking shows like Hell's Kitchen and the Guy Fieri, and I want to own my own restaurant chain.
Students are given a choice of making different kinds of barbecue sauce to make. Memphis, St. Louis, Texas, both of the sauces they did make are Texas style. Still ahead, Missouri Southern is looking to bounce back this week after losing their first game of the season on Saturday. We're going to hear from head coach Atiba Bradley next. And Pitt State's on a 2-game win streak, but they have another tough test against Emporia State this weekend. Those details coming up.
The Gorillas of Pitt State have found a rhythm with back-to-back come-from-behind wins at home, but they face a new challenge this week on the road against Emporia State. The Gorillas' defense has been key in each of the last 2 weeks, holding Grand Valley State and Fort Hays State to under 20 points while forcing multiple turnovers. But one thing PSU is looking to eliminate this week is missed tackles, especially against an offense that plays fast and ups the tempo.
We did a couple different things this week, and I think I definitely saw as the week went on just more of a sense of urgency from our guys, and just getting them to realize this week how important tackling, is going to be against an Emporia offense that makes you defend the whole field, sideline to sideline. Just a lot of one-on-one, opportunities out in space, and guys are going to have to tackle, at an elite level Saturday. They're going to move, and they're going to move with tempo, and the tempo and how they force you to defend sideline to sideline is what puts stress on the defense. So our guys are going to have to be really good at getting the call, communicating, and then identifying the formation.
We know we have to win first and second down. And as a D lineman, I can make an impact on that. So if I dominate my job first and make an impact on that first or second down play, then now third down is easy, and now we're slowing down their tempo.
The Gorillas look to make it 3 wins in a row on Saturday against the Hornets. Kickoff at 1 p.m. from Welch Stadium. The Missouri Southern Lions are coming off their first loss of the season, falling at home to Northwest Missouri State last week. But they return to action on Saturday on the road against Central Missouri with hopes of a bounce-back win. Despite their 7-point loss to Northwest Missouri, head coach Atiba Bradley believes his team can compete with anybody. And don't get fooled by Central Missouri's losing record. This Mules team will be a tough matchup for MSSU. On Saturday, the Lions will lean on their bend, but don't break defense to stop a UCM offense averaging 27 points per game.
We got to continue to build on what we did and try to minimize a few mistakes, but at the end of the day, Northwest Missouri made just a handful of reps better than we did, and they got the victory. There's a theme developing. We are a bend but don't break. We've since day one, we don't care if you get yards. We just don't want to give you points. And so we don't care if you drive 80 yards and then have a turnover. That's what we're after.
MSSU and UCM clash on Saturday at Walton Stadium to highlight the Mules family weekend. Kickoff set for 1 p.m. That's it for sports. We're back with more.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Authorities released new information regarding an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. We'll have the latest. Plus, we're going to take a closer look at the reasons behind Gen Z's credit scores. And Pioneer Days returns to Grove, Oklahoma for that annual trip back in time. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's all coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We have some nice days ahead of us to get outside.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. Now, on your Friday, we're going to have patchy, dense fog once again, like we had this morning, so watch out for that. But the afternoon looks fantastic, 81 degrees. We kind of hold into low to mid 80s all the way through the weekend into next week, and our overnight low is pretty good, upper 50s to lower 60s. No complaints.
Yeah, it'll be crisp nights, a little taste of fall in the air as we move a little bit deeper and deeper into the season. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.